You saw the title. Yes, people are leaving Florida's hottest zip codes. Not the tiny towns, the postcard cities. Why? Because the tax haven fantasy has a fine print. Soaring insurance, climate risk, and costs that turn the middle class into an endangered species. Stay with me. We're counting down 9 places where growth is cooling, outflows are real, and the exits point to Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, even Texas. Florida's still gaining overall, but not evenly. The paradox is the story. And the third city on this list is the one no one expects. Number 1, Miami. Miami sold you the dream. No state income tax, global energy, palm-lined everything. Cheat code vibes. But here's the catch. Families are seeing car plus home insurance stack to 12 grand a year. That's mortgage money. Some neighborhoods watched homeowners' premiums jump 300 to 400% since 2020 as carriers bailed and flood maps crept inland. Condo life? After Surfside, buildings now require 6-figure reserves, and special assessments shove monthly dues into car payment territory. Rents cooled, but not enough. Median condo prices hold because foreign cash doesn't blink, so you get a 2-tier market. Locals versus wire transfers. Moving trackers show growth slowing, and county data shows domestic outflow masked by international arrivals. So, Miami isn't cheap. It's a luxury city with a climate surcharge. Tampa's up next. Number 2, Tampa. Tampa used to be the sensible pick. Real jobs, pro teams, cheaper than the flashy coasts. Families lined up for yard space and decent schools. Then the math snapped. Insurance that was 2 or 3 grand jumps to 6, 8, even 10. Roof age rules mean a 15-year shingle suddenly fails underwriting, and carriers want a replacement years early. New buyers get property taxes reset at peak prices. HOAs tighten and the monthly nut bloats. Commutes? Longer. Tolls creep. Flood premiums near the bay climb. Pods shows growth cooling, and local reports say the 2021 to 22 surge faded. Rents eased, but insurance props costs up. U-Haul outflows point to Atlanta, Nashville, Charlotte. So Tampa didn't crash. It graduated out of affordable. Next, Broward's oceanfront math problem. Number 3, Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale sells Miami, but calmer. Boats in the backyard. High-rises hugging the intracoastal. It looks effortless. But here's the catch. Coastal exposure plus an older condo stack means insurance and assessments that hit like a second mortgage. Updated flood maps push more blocks into pricier zones, and premiums jump right after renewal. Windstorm deductibles climb, so you save on the front end and pay on the claim. Then the letters arrive. Older towers near the water adopt stricter reserves. Special assessments land. 5 figures per unit isn't rare, and dues double. Moving data shows South Florida cooling, with residents peeling out since 2023. So, Paradise checks out. The carrying costs don't. People aren't leaving Florida, they're leaving the bill. Not coastal enough? Orlando next. Number 4, Orlando. Orlando sells stability. Theme parks churn jobs, tech firms plant offices, healthcare expands. On paper, diversified. Family-friendly suburbs keep sprouting new rooftops and cul-de-sacs. Sounds safe. But here's the catch. Wages tied to hospitality haven't tracked housing. Rents surged in 2021 to 22, cooled a bit, then plateaued high. Homeowners insurance climbed even far from the coast, with roof age rules forcing early replacements. Master-planned HOAs add pools and gates, and $200 to $400 to the monthly. I-4 charges a time tax and, on certain stretches, literal tolls. U-Haul's churn shows Orlando still draws people, yet more peel off toward the Carolinas and Tennessee for similar vibes with cheaper overhead and growing tech/logistics. So the dream didn't die. It got pricey. West Palm's turn. Number 5. West Palm Beach. West Palm rode the Palm Beach wave. Finance firms landing, Zoom millionaires arriving, cranes everywhere. It felt bulletproof. But here's the catch. When ultra-wealthy money floods in, the baseline resets. Coastal single-family and condo premiums pop, then pop again. New buyers eat higher property taxes. Even renters pay because landlords pass their insurance hikes straight into renewals. Flood insurance recalculations under risk rating 2.0 push policies higher, especially near waterways and low-lying blocks. So locals do the math. County tracks show domestic outflow even as shiny towers keep rising. Moving data points north, Georgia and North Carolina. Same sunshine vibe, fewer carrying costs. The city still shines. The median paycheck just can't keep up. The lifestyle stayed, the price tag sprinted ahead. And then there's Hialeah. Number 6, Hialeah. Hialeah runs on small shops, side hustles, and family networks. No fluff. Tight margins, tighter neighborhoods. But here's the catch. When insurance, rent, and car costs jump together, the math breaks. Older houses and stricter underwriting push premiums higher. Paychecks don't chase that curve. Renters get renewal letters. Up $200, $300, sometimes $400 a month as landlords fold insurance into the bill. Owners hear the same drumbeat. Replace that roof early or lose coverage. So a serviceable 15-year roof becomes a 5-figure now. Car insurance in South Florida climbs fast, and 2 or 3 cars turns into a second rent. So families weigh options. Moving data shows exits to Central Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Culture stayed. Affordability didn't. If the mainland's rough, try island math. Key West. Number 7, Key West. Key West looks unreal. Walkable alleys, rooster alarm clocks, sunsets that feel scripted, and zero winter. It's the postcard everyone saves. But here's the catch. Island supply is fixed, so prices don't bend. Windstorm and flood premiums dwarf mainland quotes. Carriers price in hurricane exposure, then raise deductibles so a claim still hurts. After storms, code upgrades turn repairs into remodels. Employers throw in stipends or staff housing. Service workers still commute by shuttle or crawl the overseas highway. Groceries and gas carry island markups. Local reports flag workforce housing shortages and essential workers leaving. Moving data shows people stepping to the mainland, then north to Georgia or Tennessee for stability. Paradise is real. The bill is louder. Back to the Bay. St. Pete next. Number 8, St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg became the cool kid. Murals everywhere, microbreweries on repeat. Waterfront parks, downtown actually alive. It felt like a cheat code for lifestyle. But here's the catch. Booms pull capital, capital lifts prices, and coastal risk lifts insurance even faster. Condo towers face higher reserves and premiums. Older bungalows around low spots get hammered by underwriting rules. Prices ripped in 2020 to 2022. Then sales volume flattened while carrying costs refused to blink. Flood zone tweaks around Old Northeast and Shore Acres nudged premiums up again. Rents cooled a little, but insurance kept total monthly costs sticky, like paying a gym membership you never use. Regional migration cooled. Net inflow slowed. Outbound shoppers peak at Carolinas and Texas for similar amenities minus hurricane taxes. Last stop, Jacksonville. Number 9, Jacksonville. Jax was the sleeper. Military paychecks, port jobs, big beaches, low price per square foot. Quiet win. But here's the catch. Remote workers and investors piled in while logistics expanded. Demand spiked, and with it, insurance and property taxes on recent purchases. River and coast flood zones added a risk premium nobody baked into the spreadsheet. Since 2020, prices ran hard. Insurers tightened even far from Miami, with roof age checks tripping older ranch homes. Sprawl eats savings, gas, time, tolls. So the value starts leaking. Rents cooled from the peak, but sit above pre-2020. Moving trackers still show net positive, yet a steady outbound trickle heads for Atlanta and the Carolinas, chasing better schools to cost and less storm anxiety. Value play? Yes. Steal? Not anymore. So what did we learn? The paradox is the point.